Did you hear the story about the man who told his wife he was cheating, but he justified it by using the Bible? This woman said that she married this man and they were happy, or so she thought. They set goals together, like buying a house, and they even set their sights on both of them becoming ministers in the church. She said he was way more into his Bible studies than she was, spending hours with his nose in the book. So she said she wasn't surprised when he called her up one day and said that he wanted to talk about what God laid on his heart. He talked about that old devil and how he brings temptation, and she agreed because she knew all about that. Then he told her that he's tempted a lot at his job at the grocery store because there's some fine women that come in there looking good, smelling good, and smiling at him. He resisted that temptation for so long because he know he had a good woman at home. But one day, a woman came in and he felt like there was nothing he could do. He said the woman came up to him in tears, crying, said she needed a hug. And as a minister or a minister in training, he had to give her a hug and talk to her for a little bit. She said she was so grateful that she wanted him to stop by her house so they could talk a little bit more. And he said, sadly, he took her up on the offer. But when he got there, she was dressed all sexy. She sat him down and began to cry again. And he said he looked at her and he knew, just like King David and Bathsheba, that he wanted her and he had to have her. And he crying and he's telling his wife this story. He's like, baby, I had to give in to temptation, just like in the Bible. A king did it and I couldn't help it. I did it. I slept with her. He begged her to forgive him. He said, baby, please give me another chance. I couldn't help it. It was temptation. And she said she would think about it. But the next day she told him no and she wanted a divorce. A few weeks later, she had moved out the house already and was trying to move on with her life when he called her back up, crying and saying he's sorry and begging for another chance. He started blaming the woman, saying, baby, she's a Jezebel. In fact, as soon as I told her that you had left me, she decided she don't want to have nothing to do with me anymore. And now I'm by myself all over again. Baby, can I have my wife back? She said she looked at the phone and was like, no, you can't have your wife back. And he said, baby, don't you see? She was a Jezebel. She only came to test our marriage and break it up. She thought about it for a second, about how the enemy come to steal, kill, and destroy. And she said to him, well, I guess Jezebel did her job. And she hung up. What do you think of this story? Leave a comment to let me know. I'm Te-Erika with the T. Follow for more.